Hey YouTubers, this is Rob Muffet. The other day I was tagged by Imstillworkin, and I really like Imstillworkin's channel. She's a real nice person. She has a really crazy sense of humor sometimes, and she's very analytical. She knows how to get to yes when she has a problem. She keeps on working until she finds a solution to it. I like what she does with her channel, and like I said, she tagged me, and I have like 30 questions I'm supposed to answer. And what she did is gave me 30 questions to answer, and then she recommended 3 other people. That's the most important part. What's the part I'm going to start with first. She recommended 3 people to her subscribers, and I'm going to recommend 3 people to my subscribers. Now, most of the people subscribed to Imstillworkin are preppers, and a lot of people are preppers subscribed to me, but a lot of people aren't. So I thought, what could I have a common denominator everybody like? And I thought about comedy. I love comedy videos. I love people who do comedy. Comedy is very hard to do. And I know there are some people on YouTube that don't have a lot of viewers on their channel and have just started out. So I thought, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tag 3 people who are doing comedy and don't have a lot of subscribers yet and that deserve attention. So before I answer my questions from the tag from Imstillworkin, let's go to the people I'm going to recommend. The first person is a group of kids. It's called Those Guys in That House. When I first started watching them, I got real lucky. I saw one of their first episodes. Some of their videos are kind of juvenile because they are kids. But let me tell you, some of their stuff is just as funny as anything I've ever seen in Benny Hill. Also their camera work makes me embarrassed how bad mine is and how good theirs is. The kids here, they're having a blast and they're making some really funny stuff. Not every single video on their channel is great, but not everything you see on TV is great either. And let me tell you, these kids, if they keep it up, they're going to make a name for themselves. I think they're hilarious, and I recommend this episode to start. When you see this little kid, he makes me laugh so hard. All right. The second person is Ayca Smith. She's an artist. I don't think she would classify herself as a comic or comedian, but some of the stuff that she's done is just amazing. She does curse in some of her videos, and I think she might be a little bit crazy. But what also is crazy is how few views some of her videos have. Some of the work she's gone into her videos is incredible, and I think she's extremely talented, actually brilliant person. I think she deserves a lot more attention for some of the work she's done. Some of her stuff might offend some viewers that don't keep an open mind, but some of her stuff is as good as it gets. I think she's hilarious. third person I'd like to recommend, well, if Steve McGranahan didn't already have so many viewers, I'd like to recommend him. He's hilarious. I started watching him when he had hardly any viewers, but he's doing pretty good now. So I thought I'd go to somebody else. This is a brand new person, the Fumbletons. They've only done 5 episodes, and it's a young woman. She does most of the characters in the videos, and she does self-help, little tips on how to do stains and things like that. But she spends 3 or 4 minutes, huge production values, to do a little tiny tip. And the looks she gets on her face are priceless. I hope she doesn't stop. I hope she continues. She's got.
Happy birthday to you, sweetheart. Well, I just wanted to say thank you so much, all of you. This is so sweet.
The Fumbletons has extremely high production values, very well done, and like I said, the looks that this young woman gets on her face, it makes me laugh. She does so many different characters, and some of it is so bizarre.
Thanks to Mom. Well, now what in the world? It looks like a blue button. My mother. I don't know. Push if in need, it says.
Beautiful.
Like I'm going to need a button.
Homework does a good job, don't it?
So strange. Your father, never been one to cut cakes. A little bit,
Tough.
no,
Frozen. Yeah.
honey, no, you don't butcher the cake like that.
Quite a good cake, though. Oh.
So those are my 3 comedy producers on YouTube I recommend. They don't have very many viewers or subscribers yet, and I really think they deserve more attention. Hope you guys like them, and hope I don't lose too many subscribers myself from recommending them, but I love them. I don't care what you think. And now I guess I'll go on to the questions. I did the most important part first. If you want to cut off now, you go right ahead. Hey YouTubers, this is Rob Muffet. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to have something different. This is going to be a long video. Most of my videos are very short. I try to keep them 3 minutes or less. And they're usually about things, how to make things or how to do things inexpensively, have fun. This is a little different. It's a response to a tag Imstillworkin sent me. It's to answer 30 questions. I think that I would be insane to answer all these crazy questions, but some of them look kind of fun, so I thought I'd give it a shot. I hope you all enjoy it. Let's see. What's your favorite month and why? I like January. If I had to pick, that's when you get to reinvent yourself. It's a new year. It's a fresh new start. You can try things over again. What's wrong with that? What's your favorite color and why? I'm kind of color challenged. I think I was absent from school today, so they went over colors. I'm a guy. I know red, blue, green, yellow, brown, black, white, orange. That's about it, you know. I once had someone, she asked me to get a towel. She said it was mauve or taupe or chartreuse or something. I think, I didn't know what the heck she's talking about. I still don't know what she was talking about. I don't know a lot of colors, but did you know the ancient Greeks did not have a word for the color blue? It's fascinating. You think everybody would have the same set of knowledge about colors, but it's very different. And I'm one of those people. I'm different. I don't know what different colors are, and I know, like, I guess if I had to pick a color, that one color, it's some people say it's blue, some people say it's green. It's the type of color that starts fights in bars because people argue over what it is. It's like, that's a good color. If you had to pick, I'd pick that color. What was your very first YouTube video about? I purchased a $20 RCA Easy 101 camera and took it out taping, and I went down to Baker's Haulover, and filmed and made a little video, and had fun with it. Put it on YouTube, and it was kind of interesting story. When I was filming, I was over the bridge, over the cut at Haulover, and there was a guy filming the sandbar with all the boats parked out there, partying on the sandbar, and he had a $7,000 Japanese camera. I know that because I used to be interested in doing some wedding video, and I looked at all the high-end cameras, and yeah, I forgot the name of it, but it was like a $7,000 camera. And I was up on the bridge, and I walked over to film where he was at, and I took out my little RCA Easy 101 $20 camera about the size of a candy bar, and stood next to him filming with his 40-pound, $7,000 huge camera, and he gave me the dirtiest look. And yeah, that was one of my favorite cameras. You could use it on any different computer, and it never had a problem with the software. I've never had that problem. I never had that happen with me with any other item with a computer. Everything was always some kind of problem. That little camera would work with anything. It was a wonderful, not very good video resolution, but it was really fun to use. $20, can't beat it. Now I use pretty much the Kodak Easy 101 or the PlaySport, and it is water resistant. I keep one of them in my pocket, wrapped up in a plastic bag at all times when I'm out and about. Never know what's going to happen. It is a fun little camera. Are you happy about the YouTube layout? I have no idea what that means. I'm that far away from being technically interested in what's going on with that stuff. I don't know, and I don't really spend a lot of time on that. I mean, if it's changing it now, it's going to change again in a couple months. I don't really get concerned. What's your favorite device? I don't know what that means. Personal device, literary device? My favorite literary device is a happy ending. I know some people say their favorite literary device is a surprise ending, but I'm old enough to realize that if you have a happy ending, that is a surprise. Are you an early sleeper or late sleeper? I can sleep early or late. I have some of my best sleeping years left. I have no problem. What's the first thing you do when you wake up? What do you help to do relax before you go to sleep? If you really have trouble, I rarely have trouble going to sleep. And if you do have trouble, I recommend count your blessings. What's your real first name? You're never going to know. What are your hobbies? Let's see. What got you inspired? What got me inspired to start a YouTube channel was someone told me on BillMyers.com. BMyers.com is a good site. And they said you could put YouTube videos up and it might help your sales on eBay. I sell a few things on eBay, and I thought that might be something. So economic benefits is what got me inspired to start. But that's not what kept me there. YouTube, I think, is an amazing thing. I think it's one of the best things that's happened in a long time. People all over the world, whenever they have a problem, they can make a video and document it and show how they found a solution to their problems. Put it on YouTube. Other people can see it, experience it, and learn from it, and leverage the experiences of people all over the world. I think it's a wonderful tool where other average individuals can help other people to learn and prosper and make a better life for themselves in all sorts of different ways. I think it's just amazing. However, if I was a movie studio or television studio, I would be really frightened about YouTube because I find myself watching TV and movies less and less, and just watching what individuals, average people are out there making. That's fascinating to watch, entertaining and useful. It's YouTube. It's a wonderful community. I'm really glad I found it. What one tip would you give to a new YouTuber? If you're talking about new YouTubers that's wanting to make YouTube videos, I would tell them to just find a channel or videos that they like and emulate it and do what those people are doing to make you like their videos. I try to make short videos now because I see other people do short videos that are much better than the people doing long videos. I try to have videos where the wind isn't blowing in my microphone or it's so shaky that you're getting seasick. I try to learn from other people and incorporate their ideas in my videos to make them better. And also to have fun. Um, what is your favorite fruit? Well, I tell you what. Actually, if you're up on a mango tree eating a fresh mango, right, fresh off the tree, that's hard to beat. In season, fresh mango, the smell of it, the taste, the color, it's delicious. That's hard to beat. A favorite food? Oh, the older I get, the more food I like. Um, it's too hard to pick. Ice cream or frozen yogurt? Frozen yogurt is hard on the teeth. I prefer ice cream. Um, what are your favorite ice cream flavor? I've recently started making my own ice creams. I have a little ice cream thing I got from a thrift store for just a few dollars. You put it in the freezer and freeze it, and you add your flavorings and ingredients and mix it up. I've been making sweet potato and pumpkin, all sorts of different flavors. But to be honest with you, the three standards, chocolate, vanilla, ice, strawberry, if they're really well made, you can't beat them. There's other stuff that's good, but not any better. A really super good, well-made strawberry ice cream, that's the best that there is. Same thing with chocolate. What's your worst food? The worst food I've made are ones I didn't pay attention to what I was doing. The worst food I've eaten in other places, or just mass-produced food that's made with the cheapest ingredients possible. If you've ever been to a Pizza Hut buffet and you tried to take advantage of the cheap prices, you're eating stuff that tastes like slop, that's got to be pretty bad. You can eat stuff inexpensively. I'm a cheap guy, but you add nice fresh ingredients to it. You take a 30, 40, 50 cents box of macaroni and cheese, you add fresh chopped onion, some grated carrot, some olives, a fresh can of tuna with some olive oil, make yourself a nice cheese sauce, and you have a really inexpensive, good dish. You don't have to have something cheap that tastes bad. What weird story do you have with your worst food? Shoot. There was a fruit. There's a star fruit I ate when I was a little kid, and about 2 hours later we had a hurricane coming. The hurricane came, and I caught the flu at the same time. To this day, when I go to eat one of those fruit, I can't do it. It just makes me sick to my stomach. That's not really a weird story, but just that's something connected, I guess. Do you have siblings? I have. There's 4 of us left. Used to be 6. I guess chronologically, I'm next. If there was one law, would you change? What would it be? That's as simple. It's same as everyone. I know you would all change this. If you're driving on the highway really fast and up ahead, somebody stopped because there's an accident alongside the road. Now they're going 5 miles an hour. So the law I would change is if you had a land torpedo, you could fire at them and explode and destroy them and push them off the side of the road. That's what would be the law I'd change. Let's see. What is the one device you wish you had? Well, I guess I wish I had a land torpedo. What do you want for the holidays? Well, what do you give a man who has everything? What I want for the holidays is to be able to wish people Merry Christmas and not have to feel like they're getting upset because it's no longer politically correct. What is your favorite store? Well, the Dollar Tree. You don't have to ask them how much it is. Everything's there $1. I used to know this girl when she was young. Now she's a doctor, but when she was younger, she worked at a dollar store, and she said that was the worst job she ever had because all day long people were walking up to her asking her, "How much is this? How much is this?" What do you want to be when you grow up? Gee, one of my favorite writers was Robb White. His sister Bailey White is also one of my favorite writers. If you ever read or haven't read When Mama Makes Up Her Mind, that's by Bailey White. That's a really great book of short stories. I can't recommend it more highly. But her brother, Robb White, he wrote a story one time, and he said when he was in the Navy, he was in Puerto Rico. When he finished his service in the Navy, he was like 20, 21, and he had been dating a girl in the States, and a very young girl, and she came to see him in Puerto Rico. She was like 17 or 18. When he got out of the Navy, he was living in a little shack on the beach. He had a sailboat. He didn't have a job. He had money in the bank. He had a sailboat, a little motor scooter that this 17-year-old girl would ride around town with him, hanging on to him on the back. And he said, he spent the rest of his life trying to get back to that time where he was young, no job, no worries, living on a beach in a house with a sailboat to go sailing whenever he wanted, fishing whenever he wanted, with a 17-year-old girl hanging on his back while they're riding around with a scooter. He said he spent the rest of his life trying to get back to that situation. So, what do you want to be? That sounds like a good place to be. What's your favorite state? Oh, gee. Geographically, I've lived in South Florida all my life. My family's been here since 1919, so it's hard to think about being someplace where they don't have alligators and they've got a lot of snow. But Florida, the thing about Florida, there's a lot of people in South Florida that I no longer connect with. Not that there are too many people I connect with in too many other states. I guess my favorite state would be a state of variety. What languages do you know? I barely know English. A little bit of Spanish. What is your occupation? I could say self-unemployed, but I guess I'll say nothing. Would you prefer earphones, headphones? I don't know what that means. So that's about it. Those are the 30 questions. I really want to thank I'm Still Working for mentioning this. I'd like for the viewers to take a peek at the people I have featured on my channel. There's some really great people there. Once again, I want to thank everybody for watching my videos, and thank I'm Still Working for tagging me. And I hope you come back and watch some more. Bye, everybody.